Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, my fellow YouTubers. Welcome to another edition of Airy Sky Rita Lee's on StreamYard. So I told moderator Cam I would be doing StreamYard. I got my bath done a little faster than I should have, but it's how it works, So I don't know if I should eat something before school or after school, but I am getting a little hungry, and I usually don't get hungry, so I thought about eating a piece of cheese, maybe. Cheese is a good thing. Oh, and I'm going to do the dishes real quick. So let's pop this in. There we go. So I'm just waiting to see what's going on for people. Like I said, I might have me a quick piece of cheese because I am hungry, and cheese isn't a bad meal. And I got plenty of it, so might as well have a piece of cheese while I wait. There we go. That works nicely. Did work nicely until the crossing can go, There we go. This helps hit the spot when you're hungry. I know, Ebs. Cheese ain't for you. The bunny thinks cheese is for him. Now the dog wants cheese. So anyways, I'm gonna have my sugar level raised just a bit. So, there we go. So anyways, it's almost 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. 7 hours and 9 minutes to go, and no stimulus. So, tasty cheese. So I'm waiting for Cam, and I'm waiting for so anyways, I had to have a piece of cheese to get me by because cheese is not bad. I told Grandma I'd be back on StreamYards. I told Cam I would be StreamYard. He's charging his phone, so if Cam doesn't get back to me by school time, I will go directly back to school. So, but I told Pee Wee I was going live. I told Hannah I was going live, and I told Cam I was going live. So, anyways, I'm nice and clean, by the way. I'm feeling good. Hey. Hello, Octavia. Yes, as well as I do. You just asked a $1 million question. $600. Yep, it's kind of a joke, but you take what you get. Unfortunately, right now, besides my hair drying, I'm feeling pretty good after having a bath and a piece of cheese for lunch. Yeah, I know cheese is not a lunch, but But yeah, it's basically $600 is a joke. Yeah, I read a lot of comments today about it. So it's $600. So they're basically debating. They're supposed to vote on it early tonight by midnight because if they don't close, Nope, not PS5 money. The thing is, they might not give it either. Remember what I said in my previous videos, Octavia? They're going to basically turn around and kick the can. They might just basically extend the continuing resolution 2 or 3 days, duke it out, and then go home for the holidays. So anyway, look at it. Until it's completely finalized, we don't know if it's going to be 600, 1,200, 1,800, $2,000. President Trump wants to give $2,000. Bernie Sanders wants 1,200, and the Republican Party wants 600. So while you sit there and say PS5 money, they might not give it to you anyways because, the rule is that if you have PPP loans or unemployment, you draw unemployment, you won't get the $600, so you'll get $300 a week. So unless you take that PS5 money from your unemployment and not pay your bills, that's going to be really bad. So right now it's a lot of complications, so they're basically, so you got to just wait and see. Hold on. Let me plug my Christmas tree in again. There we go. So I just got my Christmas tree loaded up, So yeah, so if you work, they might not even give you the 600. It just depends on your income level too. I mean, they're basically dicking around people. They're dickering around like merchants in a public market. They're dickering out of the marketplace. Trying to shaft people. So we don't know what's going to happen in the future. Whether they give it to us or whether they not. No one knows. So, anyways, it's the way it is. Yeah, exactly. But they're not going to cut it. You see, right now they're debating, and right now they're trying to. People are basically furious that $600 is all they're worth when they had to wait 9 months, and they only got one $1,200 stimulus, and unemployment ran out July 31st, and the PUA runs out December 26th. I mean, they're up against a lot of stuff right now. Excuse me for a second. Yes, once in a while I like to eat a block of cream cheese. That's why I buy cream cheese. I like to eat it as is, just like regular cheese. I don't know what it is, but maybe this will taste better than the last batch I had. The last batch didn't taste proper, so maybe this batch will taste a little better. Yeah. I don't mind a bit of. Oh, yeah, exactly. Exactly, you know it exactly. And that is the real problem in the country. Sorry, Boone, cream cheese ain't for bunnies. I just needed a quick snack because I'm hungry. Yeah, exactly. There's going to be a lot of problems coming up. They don't give it, riots, looting, stealing. Let's talk about the stealing for a minute. Currently, things are already being stolen. Look around. Packages aren't being delivered. Things are happening. American people are suffering. There we go. That works. That actually tied me over to dinner time. I mean, right now, robberies and packages are being stolen left and right. And then we have, etc. And then, the reason Republicans don't want to give any money is because of people think that $600 is PlayStation money. So they're just like, fuck it. We're not going to give them any money. We give them money and they buy a PlayStation 5 and they're going fucking hungry. Well, fuck them. That's what the government's saying. Yeah, well, I don't know anything about grocery stores, or stealing at grocery stores. I have no clue. You know, Me, I buy everything, but I'm well provisioned, so I don't really need to go out much for groceries, But it's like I was doing to Chloe today. I told Chloe to go pick me up some ham next 3 days. She said, "Okay," you know. That's the way it was. I love cream cheese. It's a good meal I can eat. So, told Chloe to do that, but grocery stores and so forth. So Hannah said she got a game system for Christmas. I said, no wonder why you're not here. No wonder why I might have to deputize some more people for moderator position. So, you know, but it's not cool. It's not cool at all. That you know. Hi. Yeah, you'll be going out, and then she's gonna take a shower. Then she's gonna go out, and then she's coming back wrapping presents. And before she wraps presents, she's gonna take care of Boon Boon's cage, so we can have clean Boon Boon cage, followed by clean Boon Boon cage, followed by freezer access, so I can get in there for stuff. So, but yeah, I mean, everyone's waiting for the news on the stimulus, and it's supposed to be coming out tonight. And right now it's 5 p.m. Eastern time. They're not even talking about stimuluses. I mean, literally. Mm, that'll get me by till dinner time, which is Little Smokies tonight. Congress is facing. See, this is what happened 1 hour ago. They're still talking about it. It's going to face a shutdown because they can't get coronavirus relief, and that's the thing. They should have done this months ago. Instead, they had a bill passed at 3.4 trillion, and the Republicans said it was too much. And now we're basically all suffering because of it. Advocates are suffering, and everything else is suffering. So look at him. He's just chewing on his paws, cleaning it. So, but no, basically, him up. We'll get you taken care of soon. Give you a nice bath, and you'll be happy, little dog, aren't you? Yeah, well, grocery stores will be stolen because, people are basically in panic mode. I mean, think of what's going on in the world. you know. Uh, you know. Excuse me, that wasn't ladylike, but it was just because I had some cream cheese for lunch. Yeah, I mean, I'm really simple. I find something simple like cream cheese, and I just enjoy it because it's not every day I get cream cheese, and it's the holidays, so you know. And I can't believe it's 5 more sleeps until Christmas. 5 more days until Christmas. Can you believe that? So my cousin Dinky thought I was sad, you know. She's like, you're not happy, you know, you're not content. Yeah, I am. Yesterday was basically a bad day, okay? And today is better. I mean, you know, by the way, I gotta go give Chloe something, so make sure Chloe does this. Hold on. Hey, Chloe, got something to give you real quick, if you don't mind. I found this. I thought we could generate today, sometime today. But, you know, this is, Corey. You have been able to practice up that. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. No, he's gonna have it when he comes. That's the present he gets. Not mailing it to Corey. Why should I? If he, you know. So I found one of Corey's Christmas presents. So I had Chloe wrapping it up. You know, it's not what he expects, but it's gonna be nice. You know, he should be happy with it while he's waiting for his other stuff. Hey, there's Home Alone on the dang TV. I love Home Alone. So, you know, I'm content, you know, and that's what I told my family, you know, I'm really content, you know, due to the fact that, you know, just waiting patiently. So, you know, one of these days I got to get off my butt, go over to a website that I help control and grab some info and put it into my email so I can look at it later. So I can make a list of stuff I want to pre-order for later for 2021. You say I got to look for something in 2021, you know, so I figure a little pre-orders, you know, and hopefully we can get through this trying time, you know. So hopefully, you know, I said, hey, can you wrap this up? Close? Like, oh yeah, sure. You know, I got to get moppy walked and then take a shower and go out. So I was like, cool. You know, I should find out when the hardware store is closed. There we go. Oh, the weather outside is bright. It closes at 5, so I better tell her that too. Hey, Chloe. Hey, Chloe. 2:00. Grocery the hardware store closes at 5. What? I don't know. They haven't told me anything. Well, we have wine here, but we don't have any money. By the way, 5 days for Christmas. Yeah. Is that what they told you? Okay, that's like, no. That's fine. So, anyways, there's like 3 or 4 people watching and no one commenting. So, you know, while you guys aren't commenting, I'm gonna eat some cream cheese just because it's my lunch. I got school around 9:00 or a little over an hour, so. I don't eat this all the time, but man, is it good. Lunch is good. Stimulus checks. We should know something maybe today, hopefully. If not, they're playing kick the can. Yeah, that should be good. With 1 packet Smokies for dinner and this is my meal, so I won't eat anything else until tomorrow. As usual. We gotta, you know. Alright, let me give you the link, Cam. And before you ask, yes, I have a whole bunch of cream cheese stacked in the fridge here. I've been eating cream cheese off and on as a snack, so, you know, cream cheese is really good. You know, you can do a lot with cream cheese, so here you go. I can control who's in here, so There you go. So click the link. Cam, let me turn the volume on so I actually have access to hear that click. So, and don't mind me, peeps, if we talk about, I'm waiting for Grandma, too. Grandma said she'd be back, so here's my brush. All right, so let's just brush my hair. Gotta get some more shampoo and conditioner soon. I'm waiting for my delivery to come in. I made a small shopping list on Amazon, So here we go. Hola. Come on, stop.
Hey, how you doing?
What's up? Besides me brushing my hair and having had my bath, so.
Oh, I need to close you. Okay, there we go.
So what's up, man?
Just smoking a cigarette.
Yeah, I had some cream cheese for lunch. Love cream cheese,
Yeah.
It's not bad. I mean, they gave me like 2 pounds of cream cheese for like $5, so I can't complain.
Do you have a manor house on your island?
Nope, we don't have anything like that. We don't have a thing like that,
That's like manor house, man. They be having drug dealers go up in there with pockets full of cash.
Yeah. When I was at the welfare office, Moses Lake, where I used to live, there'd be African Americans and Mexicans wearing gold chains and leather coats, being like, "Yo, man, I need my food stamps and my cash assistance." And me and my husband
Yeah,
would be
it's
looking like,
like that. The only reason I might even want to go up there is just to get some bacon.
"Why can't you just go to the grocery store and buy some bacon?"
Yeah, but that's not the point. If just to see what it's like going there one time.
Ah,
Mom knows all about it, but I've never actually been there in person.
yeah. Well, I wouldn't, So Hannah's messaged me. She didn't know I was live. Otherwise, she would have tuned in. She's got a Nintendo Switch Lite, so she's playing it. I've been trying to get myself one of those, actually, Switch Lite or Switch.
Yeah, we got a bus system, and you can get around the city, with
Yeah,
that. So it's pretty nice. They got a manor house for the homeless, and of course, some people are going to take advantage of that. But I mean, it serves everybody, so that's a good thing.
yeah. Well, here we don't have that. I mean, the churches were supposed to give food vouchers for Christmas dinner, but they didn't even have enough money to do that this year.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what really irritated me the most, Cam, was, moderator Gail, no problems with her, turns around and says her church gave food boxes, and it's like there's other people that are struggling severely worse than you or I, and yet, she has to be like, oh, yeah, I got a food box.
Imagine living in Tent City and then you don't ever get a stimulus.
Oh, I know. Isn't that something? I mean, right now everyone's basically waiting for the stimulus news, but no one knows when it's going to come
Some of
about.
them people might not even got the first stimulus and they're living in Tent City.
True.
That would make the world a difference. That would probably hurt them the most, their feelings.
Yeah.
Some of them are scared to ask for assistance because of they're scared they're going to lose their children to DSS.
Yeah, that too. The only thing they got is their family, and then you got an agency who wants to take that from you.
Yep.
It's a mess. I was talking to some guy online. He said there's a tent city in North Carolina as well.
Yeah. I don't know what Mr. Beast has all done in North Carolina. I know he's got some shelters.
then there's this guy. He's telling me he threatened me with physical harm over me trying to help people that need help with Christmas, their children and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I said, "What are you, security for Facebook?" And he said, "I can secure a body." That's what he said. I'm like, what the fuck?
I don't know about that.
He lives in Florence. I looked at his profile.
Well, some crazy people.
Yeah, there's a lot of crazy people in the world, man. Literally, you know.
I mean,
Hey, normal is just a cycle on a washing machine.
My husband used to say normalcy is the lack of normalcy, you know.
yeah.
I miss my hubby, but
I swear, I don't know why some people can't stand the thought of other people getting help. You know, I guess.
I mean, I shouldn't complain. I mean, literally, I was complaining earlier because, you know, I have an adopted mother who is in Canada who gets like $6,000 a month and yells at me for having like prime rib for Christmas or buying prime rib. And then one of my mods are like, oh, yeah, I got a turkey box or whatever, ham box. And it's like, dude, there's a lot of people out there that are suffering. Yet, you know, if you got a ham box, you should, you know, literally keep it to yourself because there's a lot of people that are hungry that are
Yeah.
literally suffering, you know. I mean, I get yelled at every day if I basically talk about prime rib.
Oh Lord. But this
I mean,
man, it's because somebody put a thing up on Facebook on a thing on a site that sells stuff, right?
right?
Saying that there's a woman with 6 children that is needing some help, and if anybody can help, that to PM her, you know, whatever.
Private message her, yeah.
Yeah. And so then the one guy, he said, "This isn't the page for the needy." I mean, just I don't know, just being really rude, you know.
Yeah. I understand what rude people. I mean, you know, I mean, I was kind of rude today with one of my moderators, you know, and I felt bad because, you know, it was like, you know, we're discussing stimulus, and, you know, as I was telling to moderator Pee Wee, I said it just irritates me that everyone sits there, you know, and they're buying alcohol and drugs with the stimulus money, wasting it, blowing it, and then they go to advocates for rental help and everything else. And yet, it's like they're taking advantage of the system, you know, and that's what's really irritating me.
Well, you see these, like you said, it's mainly African Americans and driving around in brand new cars, but yet they got food stamps and.
Well, it's like the one lady, one time that we were at the welfare office in Moses Lake, me and my husband, and we saw this lady coming in rags, you know, driving a minivan, you know, she had like 7 kids, and they give her food stamps and everything else. And then one day we're walking around our town, me and my husband. No offense, but the damn bitch was driving a brand new Corvette and fur coats, and with her kids not around, she was like styling. It's like, what the hell?
Like her, she totally in real life just did that shit for show, you know.
Yeah. Going into the welfare office, beat up van, and then when her kids are at school, she's driving around in a Corvette and wearing leather, you know, wearing like a blue mink coat or something, you know, thinking she's all that in a bag of chips. And my husband's just like, you know, furious. And then you see these African Americans walking in with gold chains and leather jackets going, I need food stamps. I need my cash assistance. And they do it right away, you know. And we're standing there 4 or 5 hours waiting just to get certified for maybe $50 a month food stamps at the time. So it's like something ain't kosher, you know.
It's a trip. I know that. It's
Well, in my opinion, that's the price for control.
I can't even get disability, but I know people that get it just for anxiety alone. And I've broken both of my femurs. I have a lot of physical. I've had a severe heart attack. Um, I got sciatic nerve damage. I have 3 mental conditions. And
Well, it's like for example, each state's a little different. Like if you live in a red state, they usually turn you down for disability, but on a blue state, they literally rubber stamp you. I mean, Chloe was denied like 5 or 6 times in Ohio, 3 or 4 times in Arizona. Denied once up here. We appealed it and overturned it, and then she got like 5 or 6 years plus in back pay. And it's like they just basically rubber stamped her here for what was it, like 24 mental illnesses and Asperger's. So it's like each state's different. Ohio wasn't going to budge, but out here they're like, oh, here you go.
I got mine.
I know, some states you can get, I think your state may be one. I think your state's one of them, where it used to be you could get it for addiction. I had a cousin.
Yeah, our state still allows it, but if you basically have an addiction, they basically turn around and they say, well, you have a drug addiction or alcohol addiction, then we can't give you pay. We can't let you control your own money, so they make someone else control it for you.
Right. They have payees. Yeah.
Well, yeah, exactly. Me, I've been through a lot of different things over the years. Never got a payee, but I've learned over the years, et cetera, et cetera. So.
Yeah, I had a roommate here, actually a guy I went to school with, and he was living in Ohio, and he moved here and he was homeless, and I felt sorry for him, and I let him stay here with us for a while, but he was an alcoholic, and one night he got really drunk, and he started talking shit about my kids, and he called the cops on himself. And before they could get here, me and him got into an altercation, which left him bloody as hell. And so when the cops came, I thought I was going to go to jail along with him, because I bashed him in the head with a big ass fan because he hit me. And anyway, so the cops get here, and I was like, damn, I'm fixing to go to jail because of this damn idiot, But they didn't take me to jail. They just took him. Well, they took him to the hospital, and then they took him to jail. But after, they found out what had happened, and he called the cops because he said that he told the cops this is what they said. He told them that he was fixing to have a meltdown.
Well, I remember once one of my moderators was worried about.
I just want to add to that. Also, he was like, while he was doing all that, he was talking all that shit and stuff, and I basically told him to go to his room, and he wouldn't go to his room. And so I kept telling him, I don't want to have to beat your ass. And he listened, and when he pushed Mom down, that's when he got bashed in the head.
Yeah.
Well, I remember one time a moderator turned around and was worried about my safety and contacted the sheriff. And the sheriff came out here. First thing he said to me and Chloe was, if there's any more arguments on Chloe's end, that I would be going to jail. So I was like, why am I going to why am I going to jail over this,
That's crazy.
Oh, so apparently Pee-wee tried to join. It says couldn't. So, well, it says device not connected. That's what I was hearing. So, but yeah, I mean, literally. So, he's like, well, you gotta, I mean, it was like, I'm going to be there. So I was talking to an advocate who said if I ended up in jail because of Chloe, she'd get me out of it. She's like, I'm not going to let someone who's got a gold heart being going to jail just because of some idiot,
Yeah. People are crazy. You can't help people that don't help themselves. I found that out. When I took him in, Rita, I swear
Mm-hmm.
I went and picked him up. He had, I'm going to go ahead and say it straight out. It's terrible, but he had shit himself. He had shit all over himself, his shoes and everything. And I was like, oh, gee, I wish I'd have brought something and put it in my car after I didn't know all this,
Yeah.
And so I told him, I was like, you got to get in the shower, and I found him some clothes and stuff, and and I tried to help him as much as I could. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I said, you can't help people though. If they don't really, all he wanted to do was stay drunk,
Yeah, I've done that myself, but like people know me is like when my husband got me off the alcohol is because I spent 6 months mourning the loss of my mother,
Yeah.
and he
Well,
got me out of it.
some people can handle their alcohol and some people can't.
It's like he would get to a certain point, I guess. Maybe he knew he couldn't. He was bugging out. I guess that's why he called the cops on himself.
Oh, and he tore the crown molding off the side of the fucking room.
Yeah.
I was pissed. I was like, what the fuck?
The molding that surrounds the closet,
The wooden moldings. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. The plastic moldings.
Holding on with his fingertips, trying not to fall. And he tore the damn molding off there with his fingertips. And not only that, he tore our toilet seat off the toilet, and he broke my sleigh bed, and he did something, and he broke my closet door in that room. He done a lot of damage while he was here.
In my opinion, he deserved what he got.
But while he was in jail, he had to pay rent for 2 months while he wasn't even here because his belongings were here. So I figured that kind of helped with the damage, I guess,
Uh-huh.
Anyway.
Yeah, I understand that one completely, I really do,
It made me, I'm scared. I told Chris, I said, no more roommates.
For real.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
I'm scared of people. Scared to help people anymore because you don't know what you're getting,
Yeah.
It's hard to do good when your good comes with attachments to evil.
Yeah, I hear you there, man. I really hear you there.
And you don't know who may or may not do something like that. Hell, we've had people telling lies, saying we had dead cat, and had DSS coming out here saying that I was abusing my son. And oh yeah, we've had lately, and we're like, what the hell's going on? It's been a crazy I guess last month, Chris?
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you there. I've been through a lot of hell myself, but I'm still standing up strong, that's the thing. Welcome. We have, I believe it's Dan or Pee Wee with us too, by the way, if you didn't know. So,
hello. Anyway, yeah, we just take it one day at a time.
Yeah. So, anyways, yeah, I understand that completely. You just don't want to help anyone. Sometimes that happens with me too.
Still help people that are on the side, but you got to realize taking people like a house divided against itself cannot stand. That's what Jesus said.
Yeah, Jesus said that. He also said that mother will be against daughter, daughter will be against daughter-in-law, father will be against son, son will be against father-in-law, and it's all divided because of him, but.
Yeah, it seems like that's where we're at these days, you know? Sadly.
Yeah.
No one wants to be social because of Corona. That happens.
Yeah.
I just do my best, you know. That's the thing. I just do my best, you know.
That's all we can do, you know?
Yeah.
And keep plugging.
Yeah, that's about it. You know, I'm always keep plugging, you know.
Yeah. Until we fizzle out.
I hope not. I want to live forever, as Captain Riker said. I plan to live forever.
Right on. Yeah. Just not, and just may not be the same form always, you know?
Yeah, I know that.
Oh, because I get bored quick, so that's fine with me.
Sometimes I hope that just me wanting to live forever will somehow make me live. But you know,
Maybe God, maybe the good Lord, when we pass away, gives us the powers like in the 24th century, like the Q continuum. You could be the dog, you could be the car, you could be the house, you could do just, you know.
Yeah, right. Hey, Rita, have you ever seen like paranormal activities things? Have you ever had any weird experiences?
Yes. When I was younger, ghosts, but otherwise not really. You know, I've felt some stuff, but not much. You know, I know there is evil spirits out there. Try
Yeah.
going through Manson Reformatory. That's the
Oh,
one
yeah,
that did.
yeah, I've heard about that place.
That's the one that they used for Shawshank Redemption.
And they did a music video for Godsmack, I believe it was.
And don't forget they used Shawshank, or sorry, they used Manson for the end part of Air Force One when they're releasing the general, you know, that colonel or general guy. He was at that Manson, so that place has got some bad vibes.
Right, right.
If you ever went to Alcatraz, that place has got.
Did a music video there, I think, or one of those heavy metal groups did a music video there.
hey, I'll tell you a place that has some bad vibes.
But I was gonna say, what, Christopher?
Okay.
Let me tell her. We have a lot of orbs in this house, Rita.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can see them. We got videos of it. It's really wild. It's kind of it doesn't scare me because I don't feel any bad vibe from it, you know.
Reminds me of that joke the other day. Chloe made, this is a joke though, but Chloe made brownies, and I had a piece of brownie, you know, and she made cake. And one day I looked at her and I said, "Half the cake's mine, half the brownies are mine. What happened?" And she says, "Oh, a ghost must have ate it." And I'm going, a ghost named Chloe. I mean, literally, we're supposed to divide things in half, and she's like, "It was a ghost." And my husband used to joke. I'd be like, "Hubby, I can't find something." He'd be like, "That's because the underpant gnome took them."
Rita,
I'm like,
I want to tell you something funny. So my dad and my granny went to San Jose, a Mexican restaurant.
uh-huh.
And we went there one time, and my dad went in the bathroom, and there was no one in the bathroom, right?
Uh-huh.
And so he's using the bathroom, taking a piss, and he hears farting, and he told me it was a Mexican ghost farting in the stall.
Are you serious?
Nah, I'm serious. He's like, he
Was
100%.
he drunk?
No,
Oh no,
I think it might be true.
that's crazy.
I've never heard a ghost fart, but who knows?
I wouldn't think a ghost has. Where's he?
He said he kept hearing fart noises coming in all directions.
I
It
think
seemed
it
like.
was. I think maybe they were spying on them through a peephole, fucking with them, maybe the Mexicans.
I doubt it.
I would. I don't know what else it could be, or either your dad's nuts.
No, he's not nuts.
I don't know.
Hey, I've had a Net 10 phone one time, and I was trying to call my mom, and when I called her, I heard screaming on the phone, and it went past the volume limit, and I was at Bamberg Job Corps in South Carolina when I did it.
Crazy.
And everyone around me, the people at the police at like kind of like the security station for the entrance there, they were looking all around. They were freaked out, and I told them what happened. And they were like, "Damn."
No, but those orbs, you can really see them. It's a bunch of them sometimes. Some of them are brighter than others. It's odd, you know. But they don't feel threatening, so I'm not scared of them. But I just wonder what they are.
It's pretty scary when you got a phone that's 10 times louder than the volume limit, and it's screaming coming through it from a spirit.
I've never heard a voice or nothing. I just see.
Since you're talking about tooting stories, I got a couple for you. One time I was with my cousin, and we're in their Jeep, and he decided he had to cut the mustard. He was driving the Jeep from Portland to Electric City, Oregon. He had the windows open. Me and my cousin-in-law were gassing for air, and we're like, dude, open the sunroof. And he's like, and then one time I was going over to the dollar store and from Joann Fabric, and it's like 0 degrees, and he cuts it, and cold weather, and the gas just sat around me, and he's like, stay away from me. Then he tried going around the dollar store trying to find a bathroom. And they're like, we lost the key, sir. So he goes into Joann Fabric, unloads himself there, literally, and then he scoots out laughing out the front door, and this guy says, excuse me, even though the women's restroom is a single stall, can I use it? The men's bathroom is reeking. And they're like, no. And he's like, but it stinks. My cousin's outside going, relief.
Oh my God. That's funny.
I used to have the ultimate revenge on people. My Uncle Donnie taught me once that if you really want to get even with someone, you drink beer and eat pickled quail eggs, and then you'll close the windows up, and then on your way home, you let it out. People did not like that.
I wouldn't be surprised if one day we live in a future where they want you to wear a diaper when you go vote.
Oh my God.
I hope not. I will never wear a diaper.
And trying to say, well, you might fart and spread corona. Oh no.
Didn't you say something about some ship? Say it. We're doing that.
Yeah, the Air Force.
What the fuck?
The airlines or whatever.
People are having to wear diapers on the airline?
The Chinese want them to wear diapers.
I don't
So they don't
fly,
have to
so
shit and spread the virus in the bathroom. That's why.
I don't fly, so technically, but I'll tell you, I've smelled some really bad. You see, what I really hate is when you're on a train and they have like all the coach cars has the bathrooms, and sometimes the cars when you flush the toilet, sewage gas comes up from the toilet, and so with me, I always had a sleeping car with my own toilet, so I didn't have to smell it. I mean, it literally gets really noxious. You're like, ugh.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
However, riding the train's fun,
I've always wanted to go on a train, though.
I bet they're
that's the only way I travel. I mean, my family's like, come down to Oregon. It's like, I'm not spending 8 hours on a bus right now to go to Oregon. I ain't wearing the mask. But on a train, at least in your own private car or private suite, you don't have to wear the mask.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
And your meals are covered, so you don't even have to pay for your meals when you get a room. The hospital usually took care of my room. I always got the wheelchair one because
I would like to take a trip on a train and just like have a mukbang.
You know what I enjoyed was one time I was on a train, you two, and I was on the train, and I went through hell one day, And I sat there, and the train pulls in. The other train was late, and I had a sleeping car, and and because the train stopped all the time, I basically was waiting, and finally this guy comes to me, and he's like, "Are you reading?" I go, "Yeah, I've been waiting 45 minutes." "Oh, I'm so sorry. Your conductor, that's what they call him. Your car steward sleeping. Let me take you to your sleeping room." Well, he gets me there, and he says, "Do you need anything?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm freezing. My lower level is cold." So he's like, "Close the door, turn the heater on." So I got the heater on. He had the bed made up. He's like, "Is there anything you need? Here's a table." And he set the table up, and I'm sitting there having I had 2 liters of Coca-Cola with me, and I was drinking bourbon till I passed out on the train. I was in my own room, passed out on the train, drinking bourbon.
Oh,
I wake
shit.
up in the morning, and the first thing the guy knocks and says, "Oh, here's your breakfast, ma'am." I'm like, "Hey, where do I get some coffee?" And he saw the bourbon bottle, and he says, "Well, if you were in coach class, we would have kicked you off. But since you're in your private car, you can drink anything you want." And I'm like, "Fine." Drinking, I had a half gallon of bourbon with me. So by the time I got to Portland, I was feeling pretty good.
Yeah.
Hey,
And
Mom,
I had
you
a
said
breakdown
still
and ended
dinner?
up in a mental hospital, but I enjoyed that train ride because I was drinking.
You
Had my
still
half gallon of whiskey. And
Wow.
the heater in that place was nice. Once you get that heater going in your room, you don't even want to leave. I had to get out once or twice to walk the dog when they pulled in, but otherwise, I was
Did you
back in my room.
were able to take your dog on the cart with you?
But yeah, the train allows him because he's a service dog, so he gets to stay with me wherever I go.
That's nice.
He's got the little service vest and everything, yeah. So, but he's traveled with me so much to Portland.
Yeah.
He's
That's,
gone all the way to Nebraska with me by plane.
is it is it expensive to travel on a train?
Well, it depends. Like, for example, if I want to go from Seattle to my father-in-law, which is in Cleveland, it costs me about $400, and then they add $200 for the sleep, $200 to $300 for the sleeping room. But your sleeping room means you could sleep nice. You got your own bed, you got your own toilet, you got your own shower, and you get all your meals included. So to me, it's really good, and you get all the power plugs and privacy you need.
Right, right.
I
And
love the train.
is that like is that like 2 ways or 1 way?
It's one way. It just depends on. With me, I always had the hospital pay from Spokane to Portland round trip, so they took care of that.
Okay. Yeah. I want to go on the vacation and one day but I'm scared to fly.
Welcome, Grandma. We're all live right now, so if you want to join us, feel free to. There's a link code up there to StreamYard if you want to join too
on
in
a
the
train and
conversation.
eat a bunch of meat?
Right.
She said she just got her. So Grandma Me said her mom dropped her off Christmas cookies. I
Maybe
will
a
likely
bunch of beef
pass out
jerky.
sleeping soon. So Christmas cookies. So I'm sending Chloe out this week to get some more Christmas hams because they're only 97 cents a pound. So I'm going to grab at least a couple more hams for the rest of the month. So I'll have hams for next month so I can eat all of January on ham.
Is Pee Wee and Fumblebum the same person?
No, Pee-wee is Pee-wee and Fumblebum's her husband. Pee-wee's Dan and Pee-wee is Pee-wee and Dan is her husband, Fumblebum. They're great people.
I wonder why they
Which
haven't talked.
I don't know why. I think they're trying to hook up their microphone. I don't know why they connected, I haven't heard them yet. So, don't know. He private messaged me saying something about need to hook up a microphone. So,
Yeah.
I gotta take some ibuprofen. My legs hurt me. This is weather.
Yeah, I hear you there. I got arthritis myself. Sometimes it hurts.
Yeah, the back of my leg. I almost lost my right leg when I got ran over by a dually. It had 6 wheels on it.
A dually has duals in the back, which is 4 wheels, and 2 in the front, so it'd be 6. So you got ran over by a dually. Yeah, that's what your son said. I used to own a dually, so I know those.
Yeah, I got ran over by that. So actually, like 3 wheels like ran over my body, you know, because when it ran in, like I was in the middle of the street, crossing the street, and it came off of a side road and was turning. And he was a little short guy. He says he didn't see me because of his rear view mirror was so big. Anyways, he ran over me. When he hit me, it pulled me under. It was crazy the way it happened. It was almost unbelievable. I had to ask myself, is this really happening, you know?
Well, it reminds me of my husband once. I was walking over to a grocery store called Aiken's Harvest Food in Quincy, and this Mexican ran him over, literally hit him on the side, right? He fell down, got up, and we just got out of the grocery store, and he had this like large can of beans, and he just left it right at the back of the window, went through the back window, the front window. They stopped. The police said to him, "What?" The police came out and said, "Well, what happened?" And we know the police. He's like, "Well, the motherfucker ran me over." And they said, "Is that true?" And he's like, "Yes, I ran him over by mistake. I hit him." And the policeman said, "Well, you hit him and he was armed with a can, so you're liable for the window, not the one you ran over. So you get to replace your own windows."
Damn.
I mean, literally, the window, the glass, the can went through both front and back window. I mean, just shattered like it was nothing. It was funny, and he's just like pissed.
The guy didn't get hurt?
No, the can went in the back and then went through the front, so it was like the passenger side. Both windows shattered, basically, front and back. And my husband, he's got a good football arm, so when he lobbed it, he was making a point. So the police said, "Well, you know, you tapped this person, you knocked him down with your car, that's vehicular assault. And since they lobbed a can at you and it went through the windows, well, the thing is, you should be lucky they're not suing." So the guy left it alone, you know.
Wow. I know when I got ran over, you know, it was an accident, of course. And I tried to get up, I guess out of natural instinct, you know. But I couldn't get up. And then some man started yelling, hollering at me, you know, not to move. And he come running over there. Thank God he saw me, because all I could see was the other cars coming towards me. You know what I mean? In the middle of the road, that is a terrible feeling, to be immobilized in the middle of the road and see cars coming at you, you know, and you're thinking that they probably don't see you because you're down on the ground, you know. But yeah, I mean, that was probably the scariest part of the entire thing. And besides me asking the man if my brains were hanging out because I was bleeding so bad, you know. But it was crazy. I never lost consciousness, and my instincts told I knew to slow my breathing down so I wouldn't bleed out, you know. But I still had to have 5 pints of blood transfused.
Reminds me of one time I fell in the tub, passed out, and the ambulance took me downtown to Seattle, and this lady, they put me on a backboard. And when I woke up, the lady's sitting there, and this nurse was yelling at me, and I'm like, "Lady, get me off the backboard, or I'm walking off the backboard myself." She says, "Yeah, right." So I hopped down, trying to carry the backboard to leave. Then they tied me up, and then I told them I was calling the ACLU to sue. Within like 4 hours, they removed the restraints and told me to leave. I'm like, "Hey, you know, I might have massive concussion, but I'm not being strapped to a backboard." I walked out the front door of that big hospital.
I've been strapped.
Yeah, and I told them they're paying my cab ride home, which was like $300 because I was way in downtown Seattle. I mean, literally.
Wow. Yeah, I know. I had to have surgery every other day. They were putting me under anesthesia. They have surgery on my leg. One of my legs got really got it really bad, but so every 2 days they were putting me. I was scared to death that I wasn't going to wake up from them anesthetizing me so much. And that's one thing I have. I have anxiety, so I'm real scared of like being put to sleep and stuff like that, and certain things like heights and stuff.
Well, with me, I've had surgeries, where I had breast reconstruction surgery. So, the doctor dotted me, and then all of a sudden I was put in the operating room, and next thing you know, I'm waking up with another nurse saying everything's done, and I'm going, okay, whatever. I was in Nebraska, but my second surgery, it was like, are you ready to go to sleep? And I'm like, oh yeah, no problem. Next thing you know, I woke up, and they're like, well, the hospital's full, so your family take care of you. It's like, okay. And then the third time, I remember getting everything done, doing everything by the book. And all I remember is they made me walk up and climb onto a gurney from a stair. And next thing you know, I'm waking up like 18 hours later, and I'm going, where am I? And they're like, oh, you hungry? We got you some crackers. And I'm going, what? Where am I? Oh, okay, cool. And then I was there for like 2 weeks after surgery, but that's my only times I've had surgery,
Wow, yeah. Well, the last time I was in, unfortunately, I had to stay in the hospital 2.5 months. And that was miserable. I mean, well, they sent me because I had to be on a anti IV of antibiotics so I wouldn't get infection after all those surgeries on my leg. They sent me from like a main hospital to, I guess, like a rehab hospital.
Mm-hmm.
Because I couldn't put any pressure on my legs. And
all right, so all right, everyone. Since you guys have tuned in, I just got a breaking news right now. Just came over the wire. Negotiators have basically done a stimulus package of $900 billion. So let's read it to everyone here. So it says, breaking news. Senate Majority hold on, let me put it this way. Moscow Grinch, that's what I call him. Kentucky announced late Sunday night that lawmakers have finalized an approximately $900 billion economic package. More help is on the way, probably after Biden's sworn in. Moments ago, in consultation with their committees, the 4 leaders of the Senate and House finalized an agreement for a rescue package. It says lawmakers only have to promptly finalize the text and avoid any last-minute obstacles. So, lawmakers have for a month sought a breakthrough on economic. Lawmakers have finalized detail on key economic relief measures, including stimulus checks and enhanced unemployment benefits, as the spirit Sunday to wrap up a long-awaited deal. So it says here, everyone, that Chuck Schumer and Mitch McConnell and Speaker Pelosi told leadership on Sunday that they still want to vote Sunday, which they're doing. So, condition of anonymity. Okay, stopgap measure to keep the government open. Negotiations are decided to provide stimulus checks for 600 people, $600 per person. The size of that benefits would reduce the more you make over $75,000. So the stimulus checks would provide $600 per person, or up to $2,400 for a family of 4. That's it. While there's a broad agreement on checks and unemployment, they caution nothing is final till the bill is released. That may come as early Sunday afternoon or Monday morning. So right now it seems that they've made a deal. So we'll know what happened. Of course, President Trump stated that he wanted $2,000 per person. So anyways, there we have it. So now we just wait. Now the only 2 people that might block it is Senator Josh Hawley and Bernie Sanders that want $1,200 a person. There we go. So let's see what happens now. But it says they've come to a negotiation now. They're going to get ready to vote. So let's hope they vote today. Faster they get this hammered out, the
They haven't
faster.
said anything.
Hmm. Well, what's going on?
Who?
Well, I said someone said something, so the Washington Post came up and said they made an agreement. So there we have it. Now we just got to wait for them to finish it up before the government shuts down.
Well, I don't know. A lot of people sure do need it. I hope they get what they need, you know.
Yeah, well, $600 is, in my opinion, is a slap in the face. Literally, they're just throwing a bone out there to win Georgia over.
And for me, it's $325 still, right?
No, they said anyone at $600 and dependent $600, but they're only topping it up to $2,400 for a family of four. Any more than a family of four, apparently, they don't get more money. So,
Well, that's fine for me.
All right, was my microphone working?
oh yes, I can hear you. Welcome. So, hopefully, they get something done by midnight. That's what Pee Wee said, and I agree because time's ticking away.
I know one thing. You better not try to trick me out of this one.
You mean your dad?
Yeah.
His dad's real selfish. I mean, he's a good person, don't get me wrong, but he's just selfish.
Oh, man. Excellent. Yeah. I know that song.
Yeah, your microphone's working. That's what I was hearing. It was Fumblebum that was asking about the microphone, thing. So, but yeah, that just came out, that they've come up with an agreement, so it's solidified 600. Now they just got to pass it. However, I hope Bernie Sanders or Josh Hawley doesn't screw it up and screw us over again, because they're going to be, I mean, literally, that royally pissed me off. People are hurting, and yet they're basically going to sit there and be like 1,200 or else.
No, you're afraid of microphones?
Who's afraid of microphones?
I don't know. I'm not afraid of microphones.
Pee Wee's a keyboard warrior, so. Yeah, this letter B. She doesn't want to get on the microphone. So
That's Fumblebum, I think.
Yeah, that's Fumblebum. Yeah, Pee Wee's keyboard warrior is what I just heard, if I heard it correctly. And I don't have my hearing aid in. I don't remember where it went.
well, I can talk louder if I need to. Or
I can always dig up the hearing aid, but probably have to replace the battery again. That just it kind of bothers my ears at times too, having one in my ear. It's like managers always telling me, "Where's your hearing aid? Your TV's too loud." Doesn't matter to me, lady. I don't want to use it. I can probably find the hearing aid battery somewhere. There's a whole here we go. So there's a lady that's really nice. She's always giving me hearing aid batteries for free.
I don't like it when people turn the
She says, I got extra batteries for you, so. It doesn't take long. All it takes is something something fell on the floor. I'll have Eric and Chloe look for it. I'm too damn blind. Saw something pop out recently when it fell, so I'll have her look for it. It's a little silver roundy doodad or something. Here we go. This is probably dead, so these things don't last once you hook them up to a hearing aid. It drains pretty quickly. So anyway, what you do is I got like a ton of these batteries that the hearing aid lady gave me. So
I gotta go to another room. I'm muting my mic.
Let me guess, Mom's getting ready to listen to music again?
Yeah.
Gotta make Mom happy,
Yeah.
And then Pee Wee's, I a keyboard warrior. So
Well, talking to you.
yeah, nice talking to you too.
I
Glad
thought
you
we
got to
could
hear
just-
me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can hear people too. If it works.
Okay, you done?
Yeah.
Me?
Okay. I was asking Mom if she's done talking to you.
Yes, I think she said she is. There we go.
I said I got to get my jam session in.
Okay.
So then I just pop this like this and it works again. I haven't used this in a while. So it helps me out and amplifies everything. But
I hear you.
I can hear everyone better.
I hear what you're saying, Rita.
I just wish they would have gave me a hearing aid with one of those remotes, you know. That would have been cool. You just reminds me of Grandpa at one time. He'd smile at Grandma and she'd be like, "Your grandpa's hearing aid's off. He turned it off."
That's a hell of a way to tune people out, I'll tell you.
Yeah, well, Grandpa had his own ideas. He didn't like to listen to the women folk. I know someone that does the same to her husband. She's got hearing aids too, so she just turns them off and she nods to her husband.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah. So how's it going down there?
Colder than shit.
Did you I sent you and your wife Christmas cards. Did you ever receive them yet?
She said she sent something. Did we receive it yet? I don't know. She said she sent something.
I sent Christmas cards.
I'll have to go check the mail. It's Sunday. I can't check it till tomorrow.
Ah,
I'll
well,
check
you
the
know.
mail tomorrow.
So I hear you're a really good cook.
Yeah. That's Pee Wee's interpretation of my cooking skills. But then she's kind of biased too. She likes to spend a little bit less time in the kitchen. So I would tolerate my cooking for a break from cooking.
Yeah. My husband was the cook in the family. I always loved his cooking.
Dan's a really good cook.
My husband was real good. He used to be worked at 5-star hotels and stuff, so he always knew what he was cooking. Telling you everything he made was just 5-star in heaven.
Well, I do have about 20 years in the restaurant business, so I did have quite a bit of exposure. I worked in anywhere from greasy spoon slop houses to 4 and 5-star resort hotels, and so I do have a lot of exposure to fine dining and good cooking. So
My husband used to work with, was trained, I believe, at CIA, Culinary Institute of America. So, he also got offered jobs with the cruise industry too, 6 months on, 6 months off type thing. So,
yeah, cruise ship would be fun
yeah.
as long as they had slot machines.
Oh, they do. Most of them have casinos on them, if you didn't know.
Oh, I'm well aware of that.
I've never been, well, I've not been on a cruise line in a long time, I should say. It's been a long time. I used to like the New York to Southampton run. That was fun going to England. I never liked, what do you call it? Airlines, if I could help it.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to go to England. I'd be afraid of hitting an iceberg or something. It'd be my luck.
Yeah, well, going from where was it? It was I believe it was San Fran. Then it went to Hawaii, and then it went through New Zealand, and ended up in Sydney, and then Melbourne. That was pretty cool too. Going that way by boat too.
Well, yeah, there's not a lot of icebergs. I don't think anywhere near.
Yeah, but just riding one of those boats that way was really well worth it. I just didn't like flying,
No, I don't like to fly much either. Besides waiting in the long lines.
I prefer the train myself. The train's really fun, and you get your own sleeping
Okay,
car. You can
I'm
enjoy
back.
yourself.
The really bad thing about flying, though, is when I'm done, my arms are tired.
Yeah.
Excuse me, sir. Please wear your diaper.
Is that what they're doing in China right now, Cam? Is they're making you wear a diaper when you get on a plane?
I think so.
I hope not.
It's China. It's not unbelievable.
It's communist. You better wear your diaper, sir.
Yeah. They'll probably check you.
Welcome to China, where you can get the China virus. The definitely the big China virus. Yeah, China virus is funny.
I'll be right back. I gotta go get a bowl of lunch here because it's getting cold while I'm sitting here chit chatting. So hold my calls. I'll be right back.
Yeah, all right. Well, what's for lunch, anyways? I had some cream cheese for lunch.
The only bad part about that is if you shit yourself, having to change it. In my opinion.
So Grandma said that Parapampum eggnog with spiced rum. She said cold here too, breezy, 40-ish. She said Tavern on Rush, best steak in Chicago. Maybe, but my husband had better steaks than anyone in the world. I love my hubby steak. Miss Kiki's Bistro on Rush. Yeah, well, what do you think, Cam? When was the last time you had a decent steak?
Oh, it's probably been about 5 months. You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine, man.
Okay.
I was just talking to Grandma Me. She was talking about steak, and I was like, my steak's the best, man. My husband got offered $100,000 for Longhorn Steakhouse because there was like a steak competition or something. He turned it down and said, if you made $1 million corporation on your steaks, I want $1 million at least, and everywhere I go, every time there's a competition or something, I don't tell anyone the ingredients, and then they turn around and love it. It's like one of my advocates the other day asked me, they wanted steaks, but they didn't want to, they wanted me to mix up the marinade,
Yeah.
Yeah, so prime rib, I use my husband's steak seasoning on that. I do a dry rub, then I do the liquid part, and then in the end I bake it for I don't know, $350 for whatever. You got to cook the prime rib at $450, and then you drop it down. So by the time it gets cooked, you drop the temperature down slowly. And with my oven acting up, you do it that way, and you're good to go.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not bad. I mean, I can't complain about it. Can you?
Oh, I never had it. I'm sure it's good.
Prime rib really well, but. My adopted mother, she turned around and told me, there's too many poor people out there. You shouldn't be eating prime rib. And I'm like, dude, it's prime rib.
Is this the ambrosia of steaks?
What? What about steaks, man?
When you say this is good, is it the ambrosia of steaks?
She's talking about, I think,
No, I'm asking you, Rita. I'm asking you, Rita, your steak rub and all that, is it the ambrosia of steaks?
My steak is basically what you would define as the most heavenly steak in the world. The way I get it done, I got people that's always asking me what the secret is. They're in love with the steak. Yeah, well, you know what? I'll tell you, Grandma, the other day, and this was years ago, sorry. The story goes, my husband made steaks for some neighbors of ours, and they loved it. Well, my neighbor's husband pissed my husband off so much that my husband would make steak for our neighbor's wife and daughter, and he'd be like, how come I don't get any? He was a nice Hispanic guy.
Rita, I got a question for you. If Mr. Beast tried your steak and he liked it, would you take $1 million from him for it?
No, I'd take more now because I know what my husband's steak recipe's worth.
Just keep in mind he makes $97 million a year too.
No, I don't care. I'd want $97 million for that steak because I mean my only investment for the entire of my life. So, anyways, basically, Grandma, the final part of the story was on the steak was our Hispanic neighbors stopped getting steak because my husband was pissed off that he was using A1 steak sauce. And my husband said, if you use A1, you ruin the steak. Everyone else said the neighbor was a piece of crap. So, you know, that's the thing. Good steak.
I love good steak, but I also like A1. So, I mean, it's my guilty pleasure.
Oh, hold on. Chloe, would you come here for a second? I'm going to ask Chloe a quick question here. Chloe knows it. All right, Chloe. I need to ask you a question. I got Cam and I got Pee-wee's husband here. Question's this. Do you think I would make, you know this question, steak for anyone who used A1 afterwards? For them. Why?
Because the steak seasoning alone is great.
Oh, amen. Thank you for your blessing today on that. You see, anyone who basically puts thinking of putting A1 on my steak's not going to be getting my steak. You see,
I wouldn't put A1 on your steak, but I'd put it on someone else's steak.
Yeah, well, my point is, I when I make steak, this is what I make, Grandma, Cam, is I use only high quality steak. I don't buy cheap steak. I buy Wagyu steak or Kobe steak or Longhorn steak, and I use either T-bones, porterhouses, or ribeyes, or cowboy steaks. Has anyone had a cowboy steak? Those things are huge, man.
I don't think I've ever had one of those.
Cowboy steak is basically like a 3-pound thick cut porterhouse that's 3 pounds, Cam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did I tell you what the break-in rate is in this city?
Mm-mm.
Everyone has a 6% chance to get broken in every year.
All right, so I'm going to do something real quick for you guys. So give me a minute. I hope you guys don't mind my experiment for you guys. Because I'm going to show you something in a second. I want to share it with you guys, okay? Because I'm on StreamYards, I want to share with you something that means the world to me. And that is, are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Screen share. I'm going to do screen share with you guys. So when I get done, I will be doing screen share. So once I find what I'm looking for, I will turn it on. I think you guys might be interested in it. But my mouse, on the other hand, is the real problem. I had to actually activate something the other day. Come on, dude. Where's the links? Here we go. I think it might be specialty. Let me see.
To do a South Park episode on the diaper thing with the airlines.
Mm-hmm.
It's a TSA, sir. You need to wear your diaper. Where's your diaper?
Mm-hmm. Here we go. I found it for you guys. So hold on a sec. Here we go. All right, so here we go, people. Let me turn on screen share for a minute, see if I can do this. So let's see. It says screen share. Screen share with 2 screens. Don't show these share screen. All right, so let me see. I'm application window, Chrome tab. I want this. Here we go. Here we go. You see this? I think you guys can see it, right?
That looks good.
That's a 2.5 pound to 3 pound cowboy steak. It's $125 each. I bought 3 of them recently and had it with my family.
Jeez,
Hmm.
that's some good shit there, homie.
Well, I know my cousin was in love with it. Thing is just I had to try the screen share up, but yeah, I mean literally right there, it's all nicely cooked. On a wooden plank.
Damn, it's huge.
Well, I know it's 2.5 pounds. I mean the thing is big. So let me see. Let me just turn the screen share. Oh, it says add this screen, I think. Okay, hold on. So, hold on. Well, what am I doing here? It says add. Oh, no, I don't want to add this. Let me just close this out. All right. So, is it still there? Or let me see here. I don't know. Let me turn off screen share. Share with the. I don't want that. Let's just add me. Hold on. I don't know. How do I you know?
That must be my screen. Ha, I see it. Yeah, never mind. I better turn that off. Hang on a second. There we go. What are you doing about it? Starting. I just accidentally showed a shared screen. There's nothing there.
I can remove it and see what happens.
Hang on a minute. I'll figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Oh, here it is. Stop screen. There.
So yeah, I mean, I shared the screen shaver.
Well, anybody that knows steaks knows that the best of the best steaks don't need anything on them.
Oh, I know exactly. So Grandma says, "Oh my God, nice marbling, better than sex or ice cream." Well, yeah, steak like that is always good. I always do those large ones myself.
BB says she's
go over to.
happy with a good ribeye.
Well, you can get a good ribeye over at those steaks there are the best because they're Wagyu, and I like Wagyu. But you can also get a good Longhorn over at Omaha. They make some 3 pound rib steaks or porterhouses, or you can get a 5 pound New York steak that's basically a thick roast.
I think next time it's my birthday, I want a cowboy steak.
Well, my family came out in July. That's what I did. I bought 3 of them, had them shipped, and they put dry ice and everything. It was just perfect. But, I also had like lobster and king crab legs, too. So
My dad's a meat cutter, so I'll have him cook it. He's real good with steaks.
So am I. Love steak. Steaks are the best. So, filet mignon's good too. I can marinate a good filet mignon, but I got 2 15-pound blocks prime rib ready to go. But I'm having ham for Christmas, so I think I'll do prime rib for New Year's. Have me a nice little New Year's party with prime rib. Just got to choose my spirits with my prime rib. Do I want cognac? Do I want scotch? Or do I want a nice bottle of wine?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the wine.
Yeah, I might do like a nice port wine or something. I love sweet wines. So, So,
yeah,
but yeah.
Go with a wine. Go with something like a good Pinot Noir.
Oh yeah, I know a guy makes his own wines here in town. I just asked for that, and he'll be like, "Okay, cool." We got like 2 wineries here on the island, so they have their own.
Yeah, we got a few around here too.
Yeah, I used to live in Quincy, Washington. I had like 9. Need wine, you just go walk up the road about 2 miles to the right off the outside of town, and there's a winery right there, the wine tasting room. I always loved it.
Yeah, local spirits place lets you try wine every weekend or so.
Oh,
certain hours.
I went one time. One time, I rented a U-Haul truck with Chloe, and we went. We were walking back, and I saw this little hole-in-the-wall place that said brewery. I went in there and I tried out their crafted beers they made. It was really good. They even supplied us free pretzels. Really good place, you know. But we had a brewery in Moses Lake called Ten Pen, and we'd go in there once a month and we'd get pizza and we'd have. I drink whatever's on tap. You know, they had some really good stuff.
Mm. I still really want some oyster shots, though.
So Pee Wee just said, you know, Congress is going to vote maybe tonight, Senate tomorrow. Wouldn't surprise me, but they got to do it before. Congress has to do the continuing resolution first. Otherwise, they're going to be the government's going to shut down approximately midnight tonight Eastern time.
So, Rita, if I get any steamed oysters, I'm basically just going to take an oyster, some hot sauce, and some beer and mix it all together and drink it in a shot.
Oh, so Chloe basically told me last night that there's some smoked baby clams right here that she told me to eat. Yeah, she was talking about that last night or something. She's like, you forgot these, and I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, Grandma, they're going to be voting on the stimulus tonight. Congress will, but the Senate might vote tomorrow. If there's any roadblocks, let's hope not. You know. So. Well, let's hope so, too. And welcome, James Robinson. Let's hope they do the stimulus because everyone's hurting. But $600 is not, you know.
Hey, when it comes out officially, send me a link so I can send it to my dad.
Oh, you mean the link? Yeah, sure. When it comes out, I will.
Just so he knows he ain't fooling nobody.
Yeah. Why? So he doesn't get your money? Remember what I told you, Cam? If your dad already applied for yours the last time, it might just fall on him again because it's all going automatic through the IRS. So unless you go and complain to the IRS directly.
I can't do that, but he'll give me something, I'm sure.
Yeah. Well, hopefully you get something, you know.
A cowboy steak and some oyster shots. That would be awesome.
Of course it is. The Wagyu steak is the best on the market, in my opinion. Tastes really good too, I tell you.
I think I would probably choose that as my last meal if I was like on death row.
Yeah. I'd have several lobster tails and some king crab legs and make a pig out of myself.
Oh yeah, me too.
I heard the remake of The Stand bombed pretty well on CBS All Access. I haven't seen it yet. They only did like episode 1. Hopefully they don't drag it out like 20 episodes. They should just make it like the original Stand. That was a good movie. It was all about viruses, you know. You like, so Grandma says you like cheese? Yeah, of course I love cheese. It's one of my things. I had some cream cheese earlier. So it says here, Cam, adults get $600 and children under 18 get $600, but adult dependents are cut out.
For the second
So-
stimulus?
And apparently, I don't know what's going on. Let's see what's going on here. So it seems someone's doing something. So I don't know. It seems someone went to Facebook or something. I don't know what happened there. But anyways, You guys know soon I'm gonna have to ship out for about an hour or so because I got school coming up, which is really gonna be boring. But at least for a Sunday, I'd rather be doing this all day. But gotta make my dad happy with school. Then when I get done, I can.
While you're doing that, I think I'll probably make spaghetti.
Yeah, well, I don't know what. Oh, I'm making little smokies for dinner again. That's my last meal for tonight, little smokies, and I got to figure out what to do tomorrow. So, little Boon Boon's cage is gonna be cleaned, and then I'll get into the freezer. I think I'll do ribs tomorrow, barbecued ribs. That sounds really good. I
I'm gonna
like
get
brie.
I'm gonna get another deep freezer just so I can have a bunch of pizzas in it.
Yeah, but once the pizzas run out, you'll have a deep freezer that's empty again.
Yeah.
So, I'll be doing school soon, and then once school's done, I'll be back on StreamYard Cam, so you should have your dinner eaten by then. It's just I'm gonna be you know,
Okay. Well, just tell me when you gotta go.
yeah, well, I'll be going in approximately 4 minutes or so. So
Hmm.
then I gotta go Zoom for about an hour and a half or so. The
Okay.
old man doesn't want me dipping at school. He thinks that it offends people. That's why I try to keep the camera off as much as possible. Because I'm just basically like. Pfft. So let's see. Chloe's got an hour and a half
I'll keep
until.
the camera off and just vape. I wouldn't give a hoot.
Yeah, well, my dad, he expects me to be showered, clean, and ready for school. We got school today and school tomorrow, and then the rest of the week's free. So I'm hoping to send Chloe out Tuesday or Wednesday.
Yeah.
Thought you had a Go video, man. And that's what I thought you had.
Oh, you want to see the ghost video?
No, I said Go video. Go video, Go 8 is a video program or a webcam. Fumblebum was saying if he had a webcam, he could do his own, thing. Well, anyways, Dad just emailed me, so he told me here's the link, so I better get to school. So I will be back after school. So anyone who wants to tune in after school, I'll be on StreamYard. So hope you guys if you guys want to join me after school, feel free to.
Hopefully,
I'm
I'll be
really
talking
glad
to
you
you
got
over
here.
some steamed spaghetti.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, take care then.
Okay.
Please add, subscribe, post comments, leave feedback, suggestions, hit the like, subscribe button, so it's funny for your family, including your dogs, your cats, your bunnies, your service dogs. Thanks for watching, and God bless you and everything you do.
Holy shit, that's cool.